How are you all? I am good and I hope you all are safe at home. I am back again with few more interesting topics. So I think you already have completed and let's begin today's part.
So let's check few examples. Neelu is going to sing a song now. So let's suppose my name is Neelu. So if I am going to sing a song, then I would obviously say I am going to sing a song. But I will not take my name again saying Neelu is going to sing a song now. Right? So that's the reason why pronouns are very important. Instead of taking my name repeatedly, I can simply replace it with one of the pronoun like I. Bunny is eating an ice cream. You are eating an ice cream. So let's suppose your name is Bunny. So if I have to tell somebody that you're eating an ice cream, then I can address you by your name and tell them that you're eating an ice cream. Or simply I can even say you are eating an ice cream. My family and I are going on a vacation. So instead of my family and I can replace that with one word, which is we. That is nothing but a pronoun again. So we are going on a vacation. Why do we have to say just we? Why can't we say any other pronoun? Because in this you have plural people. Family obviously consists of more than 3 members, right? 3 or 4 members. So that's the reason why you have a plural noun there and you are also included in that group. So that's the reason why you call them as we. Okay? The kids were bored during lockdown. They were bored during lockdown. So why cannot I use we here? You can also use we if you are included in that group. So, when you are not included in that particular action, then you will use only the pronoun they. Okay? When you are also included in that particular action, then you can say that we pronoun. Okay? So, the kids were bored during lockdown. Here you are not included in that particular group. So that's why you have to refer them as they. If you are also included in that group, then you can say we are bored during lockdown. Okay. Now let's look at one more example. The cat is knocking at the door. So I can replace the noun cat with it. Why just it? Because I'm not bothered if it is a female cat or a male cat and that is the reason why I will use the pronoun it. Okay, so it is knocking at the door. Jay is helping Karthik and Arun. So as you see here, Jay is nothing but one person's name or one boy name. So I can replace that noun with he. And Karthik and Arun are 2 people. And that's the reason why I can simply replace their names with the pronoun them. Okay. So he is helping them. Ria gave Laya and I a present. So here also I have used pronouns. So I have replaced Ria with she and Laya and I with us because I am also included with one more person. That's the reason why I have used the pronoun us. Okay, so she gave us a present. So as you see here, I, you, we, they, it, he, them, she, us, all these are nothing but personal pronouns. So, what exactly are personal pronouns? They will simply replace a specific person or a thing. So all these personal pronouns will replace one specific person or a thing. Then only you call them as a personal pronoun. So that's the reason why in all these examples, the pronouns what all you have used are replacing a girl or a boy, or either it is replacing a particular thing. Okay, so personal pronouns are nothing but the pronouns which actually replace a specific person or a thing, like I, you, we, they, he, she, it, him, her, them, and us. Right? So I hope you're clear about personal pronouns. Let's check one more type of pronoun. So we have few more examples here. The dog wagged its tail. Your TV is old, but mine is new. This courier is yours. Please take it. The cars which are in line are theirs. Those clothes are his. That table is ours. Ram has a pet cat and its name is Tom. The phone you are having is mine. The toy that I have is hers. So as you see, you have a few words all highlighted in red color, right? What exactly are they? It's, mine, yours, theirs, his, ours. It's, mine, hers. All these are nothing but possessive pronouns. So what exactly are possessive pronouns? They will show the possession or ownership, and they do not have apostrophes. So possessive pronouns will show the possession or ownership. Look at the first example. The dog wagged its tail. Whose tail is it wagging? Its own tail. So that's the reason why it is showing the ownership there. So its is nothing but a possessive pronoun because it is showing the ownership. Your TV is old, but mine is new. Again, mine is showing the possession there because I am particularly telling that my TV is new. So again, you are showing a possession towards that particular TV, the new TV. So that's the reason why it is again a possessive pronoun. And look at the third one. This courier is yours. Please take it. So again, whose courier is that? Yours. Who is the owner for the courier? You. So it is showing the ownership there. So whenever you indicate the possession or ownership, all those pronouns are nothing but possessive pronouns, right? And if you observe, none of the possessive pronouns are actually having any apostrophe. So always remember that you will not put any apostrophe for possessive pronouns. Okay? And look at the fourth example. The cars which are in line are theirs. So again, whose cars are all lined up? Their cars. So that's the reason why instead of repeating car again, I can simply say theirs, and it is indicating the ownership there. So that's the reason why it is a possessive pronoun. Those clothes are his. Whose clothes? His. So again, you're showing the ownership there. So like that, each and every example is showing some possession or some ownership towards that particular noun. So that's the reason why all those highlighted words are nothing but possessive pronouns, right? So let's look at few more examples. I booked my tickets myself. My team planned for the meeting themselves. We went shopping by ourselves. He painted the fence himself. Don't do everything by yourself. She drove the car by herself. The door closes by itself. Be careful. So again, few words are highlighted like myself, themselves, ourselves, himself, yourself, herself, and itself. So why are those words all highlighted? What are they telling us about? they are nothing but reflexive pronouns. So what exactly are reflexive pronouns? They will use the same noun. So what exactly are reflexive pronouns? Reflexive pronouns are used when the same noun is being referred. That means that particular action is done by the same noun. Then you use reflexive pronouns. So when you add self or selves to the possessive pronoun, then you call that as a reflexive pronoun. So when you do the particular action by yourself, or if the noun is doing the action by themselves, then you call that as a reflexive pronoun. So let's look at the first example. I booked the tickets myself. So here nobody booked the tickets for me. I did it by myself. So that's the reason why I am referring to the same noun. That's I. So that's the reason why I will use the reflexive pronoun myself. My team planned for the meeting themselves. So again, themselves is a reflexive pronoun. Why? Because you are referring to the same noun again. That is team. So that's the reason why you call that as a reflexive pronoun. Let's look at the third example. We went shopping by ourselves. So here also ourselves is again referring to the same noun, that is we. So that's the reason why you call that as a reflexive pronoun. And who did the action? The same noun. So that's the reason why it is reflexive pronoun. He painted the fence himself. So did anybody paint the fence? No, he did the fence. He painted the fence by himself. That means he did the action by himself. And again, you're referring to the same pronoun. So that's the reason why himself is again a reflexive pronoun. Don't do everything by yourself. Again, yourself is again referring to the same noun. So that's the reason why reflexive pronoun. So like this, you have many reflexive pronouns like myself, ourselves, yourself, himself, herself, itself, themselves. So just remember mirror. Whenever you look yourself into the mirror, what will you observe? You again see your own image, right? So whenever you use the noun, whenever you refer to the same noun, then you have to use reflexive pronouns. Okay, like myself, ourself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, and themselves. Okay, so I hope you're all clear about reflexive pronouns. So let's check a few more examples. It is my favorite park. So what pronoun have I used here? It. Why? Because that is a place. That's a park, right? So that's the reason why I have used the pronoun it. Our Earth is the only living planet in the entire universe. So again, our Earth, the pronoun I have used is our. Why is it our? Why cannot I say it? Because in that Earth I am also included. So it is my Earth also, not just yours, right? So that's the reason why our pronoun I have to use here. So look at the third example. Siri says it is my favorite animal. So lion is the favorite animal of Siri. So instead of using the noun lion, I can simply replace that noun with it. Why cannot I say he or she? Because I'm not bothered about the gender of the animal. Okay, so that's the reason why I use a neuter gender, which is it. So it is my favorite animal. It is a pronoun I can use here for any animal. Look at the next example. That house is theirs and this one is mine. So again, theirs, mine are two pronouns which I have used in this sentence. So what are their and mine? What kind of pronoun? Yes, they are possessive pronouns because it is showing some possession or ownership, right? Now let's look at the other example. He repaid the car himself. So he, himself are two pronouns I have used here because I'm talking about a man or a boy there. So that's the reason why I have used the pronoun he. And he has done the action by himself. That means I'm referring to the same person who did the action. So that's the reason why I have used a reflexive pronoun himself. Okay, so you have a personal pronoun he and a reflexive pronoun himself, both in one particular sentence. So let's look at the other example. We decorated the cake ourselves. Again, who did the action? Who decorated the cake? We did it. By whom that cake was actually decorated? By ourselves. So again, I am referring to the same people who have done that action, or I am referring to the same noun. So that's the reason why I can use a reflexive pronoun ourselves here. Okay, and we is nothing but a personal pronoun because I am also included in that decoration part. I am using the personal pronoun we. If I am not included in that action, then I can say they decorated the cake. Okay. Now let's look at the other example. They cut down the tree. So here, look at they. Why have I used they? Because I was not involved in that action. Only few other people did that action. So that's the reason why I use the pronoun they. If I am also included in that particular action, then I could say we cut down the tree. Okay, so look at that last example. It is a friendly elephant who has fun by itself. So here in the sentence also I have two pronouns, it and itself. Why have I used it? Because that's an animal and I'm not bothered about the gender of the animal. I'm not bothered if it is a male elephant or a female elephant. So that's the reason why I can use the pronoun it, which is a personal pronoun. And itself is again referring to the same noun. So that's the reason why you can use a reflexive pronoun itself. Okay, so that was all about pronouns, right? What exactly is a pronoun first of all? Whenever you replace a noun with one more word, then you call that as a pronoun. Okay, and we basically have many kinds of pronouns, but for now we only have personal pronoun, possessive pronoun and reflexive pronoun. What exactly is a personal pronoun? Whenever you replace a specific person or a thing, then you call that as a personal pronoun. So in these examples, can you identify the personal pronouns? What all we have used? It, our, he, we, they, it. All these come under personal pronouns because I have replaced a specific person or a thing here, right? And what are possessive pronouns? Possessive pronouns will always talk about the possession or the ownership. So that is when you can use a possessive pronoun. So look at the example. The fourth example, that house is theirs and this one is mine. So theirs and mine are nothing but possessive pronouns. So possessive pronouns will always talk about possession or ownership towards a noun. Okay. Now what are reflexive pronouns? Reflexive pronouns will refer to the same noun again, and you can even say that whenever you do one particular action by yourself or by themselves, that means whenever the noun is doing the action by themselves or itself, then you call that as a reflexive pronoun. So he repaired the car himself. Who repaired the car? Nobody else did it. He did by himself. That means that action is done by him alone. So that's the reason why you can say a reflexive pronoun himself. And also you're referring to the same person. That means you're referring a same noun. That's the reason why you will use a reflexive pronoun. Okay. And similarly, we decorated the cave ourselves, and it is a friendly elephant who has fun by itself. So ourself itself is also a reflexive pronoun. Okay, so we have a quick or an easy way to remember the pronouns. So look at this chart. So we have singular and plural nouns. Singular and plural nouns, and also we also have singular and plural pronouns. So when it comes to first, second and third person, the person pronoun will change its form. So if it is first person, then the first form will be I and the second form will be me. And the second, if you're talking about the second person, then you will only use you. If it is form 1 or form 2, you will still use only you. But when you're talking about a third person, then the first form will be he and the second form will be him. When you're talking about female related pronouns, then you call she or her. And when you're talking about a neuter general it will not change its form. It will remain the same in the second form also. And what about plural pronouns? So plural pronouns also will change its form according to first, second and third persons. So the first person form 1 will be we and the form 2 will be us. So second person you will call you, which will not change in both the forms. And the third person, whenever you're referring to a third person, then the first form which we use is they and the second form is them. Okay. So that was about personal pronoun. When you come to possessive pronouns, mine will be the first person possessive pronoun. And what about the second person? Yours. And the third person, if it is male or masculine gender, you use his. If it's feminine gender, you use hers. And if it's neuter gender, you use its. Okay. And whenever you're talking about plural possessive pronouns, then you can use ours as a first person, and when you're talking about second person, then you say yours, and when you're talking about third person, then you can use theirs. Okay. And what about reflexive pronouns? So first person reflexive pronoun will be myself. Second person, it is yourself. Third person, if it is masculine, then you say himself. If it's feminine, you say herself. And the third person neuter gender will be itself. Okay. And when it comes to plural reflexive pronouns, then the first person reflexive pronoun, first person plural reflexive pronoun will be ourselves. Second person plural reflexive pronoun will be yourselves. Third person plural reflexive pronouns will be themselves. So just remember this chart and it will be easy for you to remember all the pronouns. So that was all about pronouns. I hope you are clear about all the 3 different type of pronouns, what all we have learned till now, right? Personal pronoun, possessive pronoun and reflexive pronoun. So why don't we just go ahead and do an activity so that we can revise it and also we can understand the pronouns in a very easy manner, right? So why wait? Let's go and check out the activity in the next video.
And your homework is Practice and remember the pronoun chart. Thank you.